With Nucleus, there is a robust permission system, which means that you can have multiple admins, each with their own logins, and each person can have different access levels, never share a login or the same level of access again. In fact, we recommend not blanket inviting people to the highest level of everything and instead only granting the lowest level of access that your other admins need to get their job done. Being careful with who you invite to what helps limit the blast radius and makes sure your Nucleus stays safe and protected from unauthorized access or changes. It also helps protect your congregation's data, which is very important. Speaking of access levels, let's review them quickly. Not every area of Nucleus has every access level available, and some products like Giving have special roles like Pastoral, but here are a few primary options that you can expect to see in Nucleus. Owner. Only one person can be the account owner in Nucleus, and this grants you permission to view and access anything you want, and more particularly, no matter what, you can always manage your own and everyone else's admin access. Manager. This is the highest general access level and grants you permission to do pretty much anything in the product or area where you have this permission. Assistant. In most areas of Nucleus, the assistant role gives you access to manage everything, similar to manager, except you can't invite or manage admins, and in some cases, other high-impact settings like that. View only. This is the lowest level of access and safest to start with, perhaps not surprisingly given the name. This level of permission simply allows viewing of data in the area of Nucleus that you invite a person to, but they cannot make any material changes to settings or configurations, and they can't invite admins or change their own or anyone else's access. Now, to invite another person as an admin to help you with Nucleus, you have a few options depending on the products and features you're using. First, if you need to add someone to multiple products at once, say a church staff member, and you have access to church settings yourself, you can start there at the top level and invite someone new to many different areas of Nucleus all in one go. Second, if you don't have access to church settings, but you are a manager of one or more products in Nucleus, you can go into any product that you have manager access to and invite new admins to that product or products individually, or modify an existing admin's permissions to that product. Finally, in some Nucleus products like Flows, you can invite admins directly to manage a single item. For example, in Nucleus Flows, when you're working on a single flow, right there, you can invite another person to help manage that one flow without granting them access to everything else. That might seem like a lot, so let's take a deeper dive into each option and break it down quickly, starting with managing admins in a single Nucleus product. We'll use Flows for this example. We have manager-level access in Flows for our church already, so that means we can invite and manage all admins for the Flows product. Once we're in Flows, click the Admins tab, and then to invite someone new, just click the Add New button on the top right of the panel. You'll type in their name and email, choose their initial level of access, and then hit that Send Invite button, and that's it. They'll immediately show up in the list of admins in a pending state. If the person doesn't receive the email, you or another admin can resend their invite with a handy button we give you, or if you change your mind, made a mistake, or another admin raises a red flag, their invite can be revoked before they accept. And of course, you can also always remove their access at any time by clicking into their admin row, hitting Remove Access, and saving changes. Their individual permission screen is also where you can grant access to specific items and products that support it, like Flows. So instead of just general access, you can change them to per flow admin access only or grant them both levels of access. Granting people access to individual items inside a product like Flows is super helpful for ministry leaders who only need access to a couple flows or similar use cases. It's just another way that you can limit access to just what people need. But let's say that you are a church settings admin and you need to invite a new staff pastor to help with Nucleus. You don't really want to have to go into each application and invite them individually, so just jump into church settings, hit the Admins tab, and click Add New to invite them. You'll notice this works the same way as inviting an admin to a single product, except here, you can choose a general access level for each area of Nucleus when you invite them. One other thing that's different is that you can set their permission level related to your people database in Nucleus. This one setting applies within any product and ensures not just anyone can modify your people records. Once you've done that and hit Send Invite, you're all set. You'll notice you have the same options to resend or revoke their invite, and you can click in to change their permissions if needed. Finally, if you want to grant them per item permissions for a Nucleus product, like private inboxes in Nucleus Prayer or an individual flow in Nucleus Flows. Those things are managed in each product as they are less common. You can invite them directly from the thing that you want them to have access to or from the product level admin screen. It's up to you, however you work best. And that just about wraps up our initial overview of how admins work in Nucleus. Bottom line, you have a robust level of control over administrators and easy ways to invite and include everyone who needs to help you with Nucleus. Just make sure to protect your church's information in Nucleus and all your hard work by limiting full manager access and church settings access to only a few people, as those levels of access grant the highest level and largest scope of permissions and as such require a higher level of trust. Enjoy the powerful administrative controls and let us know if you have any questions.